Robert Flower. 1980 also saw the departure of Carl Dittrich after 16 seasons with St Kilda in Melbourne. Big Carl played 285 games, and he was not going to let Kevin Morris forget about his last.
There, Morris and Dittrich wrestling. Dittrich pulls Morris's hair. It's on now. Big Carl in the thick of things is playing.
Even before the season had started, Ron Barassi had returned to Melbourne after 16 seasons. 1981 produced possibly the zaniest man we have seen on the football field. Melbourne full forward Mark Jackson. To everyone, he was simply Jacko. And as Hawthorn fullback Kelvin Moore discovered in round 22, there is only one Jacko. Now, just what was that message Jacko was trying to pass on to Kelvin?
Goodness. Oh, dear. He is a one-man show down there. He's as happy as Larry, kicked his first goal, and he is told about 15,000 people in no uncertain manner.
The marks of... By now, the Jacko show was gathering momentum and becoming more outrageous by the week. At Windy Hill, this tangle with Essendon's Ronnie Andrews earned Jacko a 2-week suspension and set up a return bout in the boxing ring. But there were few objects that got in Matthews' way that year, as Melbourne's Peter Giles could testify after this incident in round 21. It appeared there were 1 or 2 Melbourne players intent on evening the score, but this was well before trial by video had started.
See for yourself. A little bit of fireworks here at the MCG.
The Brownlow medal produced a minor upset. Brian Wilson, who'd been rejected by Footscray and North Melbourne, became the first Melbourne player to win football's top individual award since Don Cordner in 1946. At the MCG, the game's best-known rivals, Melbourne and Collingwood, were unveiling their high-priced and new-look lineups. Brownlow medalist Peter Moore had swapped jumpers and was now a demon, together with another medal winner, Kelvin Templeton. While Moore was quickly on the scoreboard for Melbourne, it was Collingwood's Interstate Brigade, guided by new coach John Cale, who led the Magpies to victory with goals like this to first gamer Mike Richardson.
As the imports lift and Richardson goals.
Oh!
Melbourne and Essendon met head-on at VFL Park in round 14, and both sides were on the receiving end before they decided to settle it the old-fashioned way.
Bit of trouble as he downs.
I think you call it a square-off, wouldn't you, Lou?
There they are all bouncing in now. You just try and sort that one out yourself.
The Demons tried safety first, but as fullback Stephen Smith discovered, that didn't work either.
No, it's not. It'll be a goal by Eustace. It'll be a goal. What a beautiful play. Oh, Smith thought he did the right thing.
Anyway,
Something must have been upsetting Melbourne coach Ron Barassi, and whatever he was saying did not go down well with defender Shane Zantuck.
Zantuck and Barassi are having a go. The players are pushing Zantuck away from him. Barassi's white down there in the face, but they had a real go, and I'm not kidding. The players had to push Zantuck away. He's wanting to go back and have a go at him again.
very interesting.
Zantuck very upset about it.
There were 7 major contenders for Mark of the Year. Stephen Eck. Peter Moore became only the second man after Ian Stewart to win Brownlow medals at 2 different clubs. The Melbourne Ruckman polled 24 votes to win by 3 from David Cloak. Since they won the 1964 Premiership, Melbourne had spent more than 2 decades in the doldrums. But under John Northey, they started their resurgence in 1987. The first genuine sign that the Demons meant business came in the 1987 Ninth Grand Final against Essendon, when Melbourne scored a thrilling victory, even without injured skipper Robbie Flower. He had to be content to help Danny Hughes hold the trophy aloft. Melbourne, led by Robbie Flower, stormed home to the finals, and the Demons set the scene for a titanic struggle in round 22, with 3 teams battling to make the 5th spot. The Demons' victory over Footscray came at a cost. Young star Gary Lyon broke his leg, but Ricky Jackson was not going to let Melbourne's chances slip away.
Chance for Jackson. Snapshot for goal is good. Online, Melbourne in front.
Melbourne's brilliant run continued early in the finals, and when the Demons tackled Hawthorn in the preliminary final, the two sides turned on a wonderful display of action and drama.
Jackson, he sprints.
The Demons lost their skipper with a shoulder injury in this bone-jarring collision with Robert Di Domenico.
Long and runs straight into Di Domenico.
But just when the Demons looked as though they had Hawthorn's measure, in came Gary Buckenara to seal one of the most thrilling preliminary finals in the history of the game with a goal after the siren.
There's the siren, and he's
Buckenara took his shot 15 metres closer after Jim Steins had run across the mark, and when the ball sailed through, the Hawks could not contain their delight.
What pressure on Gary Buckenara. He is a champion. If he kicks this goal, Hawthorn are in the 1987 grand final. If he misses, Melbourne are in. There's the kick. It's a goal. It's a goal. Hawthorn have won with a kick after the siren. What a performance. A magnificent performance this by Hawthorn. Poor old Melbourne. You've got to, the hearts go out to the Melbourne Football Club.
CG. Rod Grinter's crude tackle on Terry Wallace earned him a 6-week suspension after being trialled by video. Stephen Stretch.
It's 2-on-1 and what a mark.
The West Coast Eagles made the finals in only their second season. Their elimination final encounter against Melbourne was a thriller.
Fisted down. Lovell is there. Williams is there. He needs support. Throws it out to line. He shoots. He goes. Melbourne are in front.
Gary Lyon put the Demons ahead in the dying minutes, but they had to withstand one last rally by the Eagles. And with 10 seconds remaining, Murray Renstead had the chance to pinch the game. Alas, his shot was offline. The Demons and their fans lived to fight another final.
There it is. Victory to Melbourne by 2 points.
Melbourne went one step better in 1988 when they reached the grand final. But after a lively opening, the Demons succumbed to the pressure applied by Hawthorn.
In comes Yates, and Steins gets rid of Ayres again.
But eventually the Eagles bowed out of the series, and it was another triumph at night for Melbourne when they defeated Geelong in a close, hard-fought final. Stephen Stretch.
Centre wing. Oh! Stretch!
After Collingwood made an early exit, Geelong and Melbourne flexed their muscles in the first semi-final, and it was a rugged encounter early in the game.
And there's a box on already.
They had
Gated by Geelong.
Well, that was predictable because Geelong are going to be fired up.
But the Demons had no answer to that man Ablett, whose marking and goal-kicking prowess took the Cats into the preliminary final.
It's a mark, Pete.
After that goal kick by David Cameron down to half-forward. Ablett again, creating opportunities, 25